Hi, how are ya? My name is Beta, and today we're going to talk about my secret fursuit that isn't so secret. It originally was supposed to be, but then I changed my mind. Yeah, this dude, he's got a bit more backstory than I'd like to admit, with how he was created, how the fursuit was made, and how he became a known fursona rather than a secret fursona. But either way, today we're going to talk about how I got this fursuit, what he's supposed to mean, what he meant before, why I didn't really hype him up or do an unboxing like I did with Maverick, and the big thing I'm going to talk about is how my perspective of the character has changed ever since getting this suit. Also, for those that don't know, this is Levi the German Shepherd, my Shep character. If you're wondering, his cheek dot is right there. It's not really that noticeable, but it's there to signify he's a German Shepherd. I'm Beta, that's Levi. Beta, Levi. So to start things off, let's answer the question, who's my fursuit maker? For those that don't know, my suit maker is the Phoenix Nest. They also did the Odd Ones Out's fursuit, which I didn't know until a day before I was about to pick up my fursuit. But the reason why I chose Phoenix Nest to make Levi was because of my friend Ruby. Oh my god, Ruby, also known as Pure Ruby Dragon on Twitter, is probably the most energetic person I know. They have such a crazy emotive energy, it's absurd. I didn't really get to know them till like Denver 2021, but when I did, it was my first time actually seeing them in their suit, which is also a Phoenix Nest suit. But when I saw them going around the con, they had just this energy to them that I'm like, that's it. That suit has the energy that I'm looking for Levi. To paint a better picture as to the type of person Ruby is, the strongest impression that I got from them was during the Sunday night of Denver. It was like 3 in the morning. My friends and I were just chilling outside, and then Ruby pulls up on the back of a pickup truck in full suit, yelling at us like, hey, what are you doing? We should be partying. The night's still young. But oh my god, Ruby, if you're watching this, God forbid you watch my videos, you are probably the best crazy person I know in the best way possible. And you are single-handedly the reason why I have this suit today. So after Denver 2021, I commissioned Phoenix Nest to bring Levi to life. So they accepted my submission. They quoted me for how much my suit would be. I asked to be put on the wait list because I also wanted to pay in increments. I also just wasn't in a rush to get my fursuit. Like, yeah, maybe it would have been nice to bring it with me to like MFF 2021, but that's not really reasonable. So I was thinking more like Anthrocon next year in July of 2022, which seemed a lot more reasonable, but they kept me updated, so that's all I could have asked for. So to answer the question of when I commissioned him, it was like late August of 2021. So now we're leading into the next question of when I got my fursuit. So all throughout the summer of 2022 was the time where we were getting updates as to how the suit was going and how I wanted it to look. A funny little story as to how Levi's colors came to be, because as you can probably tell, compared to the ref sheet for Levi, the colors are definitely a little bit different. Like the red here especially, that's like a burgundy red. That's not the vibrant red color that we see on the ref. And the reasoning for that is because I don't think there were any colors at the time that really matched what I was looking for with comparing the ref sheet to the actual fursuit, because I was given a few options for different reds that I wanted, so I chose the most vibrant one. And when they put it on the fursuit just to like test to see how it looked, I wasn't really a fan of it. It looked way too distracting from the rest of the suit. And I told them I wasn't really a fan of it. Do they have any like darker colors? And they brought out a burgundy red color just on hand to try it. And when they put it up to the suit, I was sold. That's when I decided, you know what? I'm gonna change Levi's colors and ref sheet even just a little bit to match the fursuit. Oh yeah, funny story about the duct tape dummy. I think it was like the beginning of May where they asked me to send them a duct tape dummy to be able to get my plantigrade suit the way it's supposed to look. You do that when you're getting a bodysuit, just in general. So I went over to my friend's house, they helped me out with it, took no more than like an hour and a half to do. I sent it to them, but I was kind of curious because I wasn't really a fan of like the butt padding that some digigrade fursuiters have. I didn't know at the time if I would need it for the suit, but I also wasn't really a fan of it with like what other fursuit makers do, just because it seems like a bit too much to be walking around it. I just want like the leg padding, the thick thighs, and that's it. So I asked like, hey, you know, is there a possibility of still doing the digigrade suit and it looking okay with just the leg padding? And they're like, well, we usually do like the butt padding or back leg padding to match with like the overall vibe of a digigrade suit, but we'll let you know when we have your duct tape dummy. So I sent it, they received it. I woke up one morning to get a message from them saying like, oh yeah, your duct tape dummy's all good. You don't need the butt padding. You're all set. Just need the leg padding for the digigrade suit and you'll be good to go. So I woke up, I'm like, huh, did I just get called out for being caked up? I didn't end up getting it for Anthrocon or anything like that. In fact, I don't think I did any cons that summer because later in September that year, my friends and I were all getting together for a little friendly get together called SawCon. Yes, that's actually what it's called. I think it stands for Seattle Anthro Weekend or something convention. We were all flying up there to hang out for like a weekend and it was going to be a fun time. And I was thinking, oh wait, you know, I'm going to be in the area where my fursuit maker will be. So I'm thinking instead of shipping it to me, I can just pick it up and fly it back with me. But a week before I left left for the con, lo and behold, I got the final update pics for my suit. He was all done. He was all ready to be picked up. And funny enough for this fursuit, he never had an unboxing. When I went to pick him up, he was in this polyfill like box, and inside of which was a clear trash bag, which inside of that were my assorted suit parts. So my fursuit was delivered to me in a trash bag, which I could not have been any happier about. Oh my God. I literally went up and they're like, here's your suit. I'm like, you gave it to me in a trash bag? I'm gonna cherish this trash bag for the rest of my life. So when did I get my fursuit? Officially in like mid-September in Seattle. But yeah, that's the story of how I got this suit. So what next? Well, I guess the one thing to answer is, why didn't I hype up the reveal of this character, let alone tell people besides my friends that he was a fursuit and existed? If you remember, a while back, he was my secret character as a means of separating myself from Beta or BetaEtaDelota, or the brand that I have, I guess. I don't like calling it a brand, it sounds weird. One day I was like, you know, I don't have to keep it a secret, but I don't want to make a big deal about it. Like, hey, debut time of my new suit. Like, I did a live stream, but like, I think people well already knew I had the suit. Like, I posted some selfies on Twitter and other socials. People knew I had the suit. Like, even people told me, we knew you had the suit well before the stream even happened. So I just thought, you know what, I'd rather just let Levi be a casual thing, you know? I had the big debut with Maverick, and I was happy with that, but I don't want to make a big deal about having a suit that's more so for me. I mean, obviously he's here and he's part of this, but you know, BetaEtaDelota, the channel, is also my experience and journey through life sort of thing. It's weird, okay? I haven't fully figured it out yet. So one day I just kind of revealed that he was my character on a live stream. I had him in the back of videos. It wasn't really a big thing where it's like, oh my God, Beta, we really want to see Levi. We want to see his fursuit. You should put on your fursuit. Like, I don't really get that anymore as much as I did with Maverick, which is kind of nice. Like, people are treating my character as mine, and I appreciate that, so thank you. So that pretty much leads us up to here. I went to cons in the past with this suit on. At first, people didn't even recognize that this was Levi or anything. Like, I think there was one time at MFF where I walked across the con lobby and didn't get stopped. I'm like, this is weird, but kind of nice. But also, it's not that life-changing of a thing as I thought it was. So that's also why I feel a bit bad about it. I'm like, wow, did I really make a big deal over like nothing? Because I think a lot of people have just become a lot more respectful of me as a person when I'm going around in suit, which thank you for that. I appreciate it. But after that, I took him to a bunch of cons. I went to Furpocalypse, MFF, FC, A&E with him. Kind of just wore him around every so often. And it was nice to be able to wear him both as a partial suit and a full suit. I guess we're on to a couple of things about like the suit itself, what it feels like to wear him, how the suit feels compared to my other suit, and just the overall quality of it, which I'll say it, the attention to detail is superb here. I've always had a soft spot for Phoenix Nest fursuits. Like, Phoenix does an amazing job with their suits. And like the attention to all this detail on him is incredible. Like, even just like the little fur popping out of here looks great. The fact that I can throw eyelids on him and make him look kind of angy and sassy versus like cutesy and adorable like this is also very nice. I love getting to do that. And also, he is super light. This has to be the lightest fursuit I've ever worn. And you gotta remember, my other fursuit from Maverick weighs 5 pounds. 5 pounds sitting on my head whenever I wore him, along with like the jaw that would move. You know, like the Toonie vibe is kind of nice, but also like it was just exhausting wearing Maverick. But like with Levi, I could like very well put him on right now and it wouldn't even be that bad. It feels very cozy on my head too. The vision in the suit is kind of that's the only thing I'll say. Like with Maverick's suit, I think I had it so easy where like the vision was like this. I could see like almost a full 180 degrees besides the very front, and I could look down and see everything. With Levi's suit, it's kind of like a little bit like this. Like, yeah, I can see in front of me, and like it's very hard for me to look down. Like looking directly down is also very hard for me to do. I gotta like really strain to do that. But all in all, I'd trade vision for like a comfortable suit head like this. Also, a little bonus with having the suit, thickest thighs in existence. Look at these thighs. I don't need a life jacket when I got whole life preservers on my legs. But for overall features of the suit, he looks pretty good. I really like how he turned out. The hand paws are like super dexterous. I love putting them on. They're not super hard to hold on to or wear. Like, all in all, I am super happy with the quality of this suit. And I guess the other thing to mention with this suit and how things have sort of like changed with how I've perceived the character Levi, the German Shepherd now, compared to before I had the suit, because that does change. As soon as you get a suit, like there's a certain vibe that you have. And the vibe for me is like just being more so me unapologetically. aesthetically. Like, I know especially that self-confidence is a thing I lack in. Like, having that being the main thing I want to grasp and build upon with this character, but also having it with Maverick before is also, you know, telling that it's still something that needs to improve. But it definitely has with this character. It just feels different. Like, this feels like me, but just like, I don't know, handsome. Like, that's the other thing as well. Like, before I had this suit, I never really cared about how I looked. Granted, I didn't think I was a gem by any means in terms of the physical looks department. And that's also just because I didn't care about how I looked. I didn't see myself as a prize, didn't care about getting into like cool outfits or being body positive about myself. Like, yeah, I liked my sort of dad bod, my gut or belly as it were, but it wasn't like, yeah, damn straight, I look good and I enjoy how I look. That changed when I had Levi. And I don't know if it's just because of the proportions of the bodysuit that match sort of like my actual body type, but like it feels nice. I feel ironically more body positive ever since like having this character. That pretty much wraps up the whole story of Levi and how I got the suit and how he is now. I mean, I did touch upon some things we talked about before with the actual breakdown of Levi, the character, but I will also have a full video explaining all of my Fursonas, like all of them in depth, coming out at some point. I don't know when it is. I gotta find a time to actually sit down and edit that because it's a long one. It's not like a Harry Potter's novel worth of lore. It's not even lore to begin with. It's just me and how the character is developed through me. But yeah, keep on a lookout for that if you want more context as to who Levi is. So yeah, thank you all for watching. If you like these sorts of storytime videos, be sure to let me know in the comments. If you like the overall vibe of me being in bodysuit here, also let me know. I'm probably not going to do this again until the winter, so hold out till then. But yeah, I'm going to get going. Hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you all for watching. And as always, stay life jacket, guys. Take care.